Check. Morning. What's up, guys? How are we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's up? It's been a couple of days since I've done the last NFT stream. Good to see you all back joining me. Let's see who's here. Mtolly, what's up? Martins, Saad, NFT Addiction Helpline, JC, Trading Kid, good to see you, man. BF Martin, better time for me today. Missed a few. Right. We pushed this one back an hour because Clonex, I thought I would, not clash with Clonex, and I wanted to see how they'd sort of respond and what the 9 a.m. or the 5 p.m. would look like when they announce it, and how Discord would look like. Nice in for the start for a change, says RJB. Good. Jessica Gross, hey, Maddie, how we doing? Hey, Jessica, good to see you. Pirina. Hi, Maddie. Did you get all the Clonex? Yeah, sure I did. Hey, what's good? What's up? Yo, let LFG. Good morning, fam. David Egg. Hello, mate. Good to see you. What's up, guys? Yeah, well, we're gonna go through a bunch of different things today, as usual. But I'm gonna leave it for you guys to tell me what sort of news has been hitting your radar. I'll tell you a little bit about MetaKey and internally what's been going on, and a bunch of different news pieces on our end. Let me just very quickly share this on Twitter real quick. Maddie is live. I think the Artifact Studio website is still down. I just saw it on my phone. NFT live on YouTube. Boom. All right. What are your thoughts on Clonex drop so far? Artifact Studio, sub Maddie, sub all. Arthur, good to see you. Hello, mate, good to see you. Awesome. Hey, Maddie, hopefully no more lockdowns here in Oz. Yes, please, Nebula. Jeez, I don't think we can take any more lockdowns. Michael, we'll do another Astro Friends, by the way. What kind of floor prediction are you thinking for Hype Beast? We'll take a look. So Hype Beast is another one that have some pretty cool aesthetics, I believe. So we'll take a look at them as well. Hype Beasts. Let's pull them up. These are the guys, right? We'll check them out. All right, so before we swing into that, let's talk a little bit about Artifact Studio. As you guys know, I've had I minted about 90 Artifact Studio vials. As you guys know, I've been pretty much tweeting over the last 3 months that I've got a decent amount of the shoes, which I bought in the pre-sale. Little to my knowledge, little did I know it was gonna grow into this awesome project. It did. I got about 90 vials. So for me, it was kind of figuring out how to what do I do here? Because I mean, I thought, the most speculative, the most profitable sort of short-term play would have been to sell the shoes before this mint started, because speculation is always highest before it starts. And then you mint your vials, and then you've got that, the last half an hour, 1 hour before MetaKey public sales started, and then I think those vials were selling for about 3.8 Ethereum max, and then now it's kind of gone down to 2.9 as Artifact Studio is playing out, and as every hyped project, website crashing and all those sorts of issues. Awesome. Yeah, so for me, like Artifact Studio, I think it's going to be a bumpy ride, because at the start of every hyped project, there's just madness, right? There's just website crashes, and if you go into their Discord, you can even see like people complaining, people having a rough time. But here's the thing. So Artifact Studio so far have sold, let's see if the website loads actually. Artifact Studio so far has sold about I think 4,000 avatars at 4 Ethereum each. No, 3 Ethereum each, right? So 12,000 Ethereum. You do the math on that, and you're sitting on about $60 million US that they've been able to get in about an hour's time. How do we? Okay, so let's see. This is the first time the website's actually loaded for me. Let's see how it works. Public sale. It says login with MetaMask. I don't have a MetaMask, so we can't even go anywhere. Can't go further than this. Do we have a MetaMask on this? No, we don't. Right. Well, that doesn't even work on this computer. But yeah, they sold $60 million worth, right? So they've got about 6,000-ish avatars left. I believe they're about 2.85, 2.9 Ethereum now. I think they'll sell between 1.5 to 3 ETH. 1.5 to 3, I think the majority would sell. I think at the end of this whole thing, Artifact Studio will be able to collect somewhere like, 80 to $100 million, which, if you think about 7,145 sold now. Is that what you're telling me there, Tolly? 7,145 sold. 13,782 have been minted so far, which means 6,100 left. 6,200 left. It will be good to just have one. Got mine with a Series 2 MetaKey. Seen Voyages unknown on Twitter. 13,781. Nice. 7,145 ETH in the wallet. Right. How come there's only that much ETH when they sold? Did they sell 6,000 or maybe they sold 4,000? So 4,000 times 3 is 12. Okay. You're right. There is less ETH in the wallet. Price is at 2.8 ETH right now. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how it plays out. But here's the thing, right? Long term, these are the sort of differences between Clonex and regular projects. One, Clonex has double the supply. So there's 20k avatars apart from your usual 10,000. So in my opinion, it's not going to rise as quickly as your usual 10,000 avatar project. What I want to say, Macy, right? If you go to Mutant Ape Yacht Club, yeah, it's not going to rise as quickly as your regular avatar projects. I think it's going to do one of these graphs, because Mutant Ape Yacht Club has about 17,000, so that even then there's a little supply. But if you look at the activity and you expand this to the all-time, you can see there's like a big peak and then there's a lot of stagnancy, right? And yes, this was sort of through the last 3 to 4 months, which is kind of a quiet period. And Mutant Apes is not the primary product. Bored Apes is. What I'm trying to say is that I think it might not do a sideways thing. I mean, it might like go up or whatever it does, but it'll be more stable in that process. It's not going to be like whoop spike. I don't think it's going to do like those spikes, because there's just way more supply. So there's going to be a lot more people that have sell orders and trying to flip them to keep that'll keep the price low. But the good thing is, it's Artifact Studio. They're probably going to raise $80 to $100 million by the end of this sale, which will mean that they're going to be stocked up AF when it comes to building out the brand and the product and what they want to build for Artifact Clonex. And to look at what Clonex has already worked on, I feel like they're going to go the way of just making their own metaverse. They're going to integrate into games. They're just going to build their own fashion things. I think they're just going to become a very iconic fashion labeled brand for the metaverse, just because they're just so active in it. They've always been active in it. So those are the sort of pros and cons. So long term, obviously extremely bullish. Short term, I think we're going to see a little bit of a sideways sort of a bit of a zigzag until people find the price and there's a lot of collectors. And then of course you got your reveal. So by Friday there'll be people that'll be looking for reveal, and then I think these are the sort of avatars that people will actually put as their profile pictures, right? Luke asks, is the Edition 2 MetaKey still going to have Artifact Utility, aka is it undervalued? The cool thing about the second edition Artifact Studio is that the second edition MetaKey, there's 3 MetaKey editions which fall under the collector series, right? They're the first 3. Why have I gone blurry? Oh, they're the first 3. Artifact Studio falls in that section, right? So in terms of the collector part of MetaKey as a brand, and as we continue to grow, those are going to hold value. Then you've got Artifact Studio, which seem like they're going to give value to and utility to everything they're doing. Now, it's up to them and their discretion if they come and say, hey, we're going to do more stuff with the MetaKey, that is Artifact Studio. I think they will. But again, that's up to them to decide that and how that works. I think it makes sense because like as MetaKey grows into a big brand, Artifact Studio would want to plug into that, right? Just like how we would want to plug into Artifact Studio. And I think they're really good with recognizing who else they want to work with. And so it's got a double whammy of a utility. Do I think it's undervalued? I think the first 3 editions are undervalued for MetaKey just because of the stuff that we got going on. But I don't want to prompt you guys to buy it because that might mean that we're going to do things in 6 months from now or a year from now or maybe a month from now. But yeah, I saw 13,800 at 2.8 ETH per clone. Pre-sale gang, what's up, fam? Is a second edition key too expensive for ordinary peeps? That is right, Toka. Tiana. It is definitely cheaper than it's just too. It is definitely more expensive for the ordinary person. That is one shame about these avatar projects is they seem to be priced for the crypto native people, especially the really high value ones or the ones that seem to generate a lot of hype. I mean, from Artifact's point of view, 1, they're putting a ton of effort into this. 2, they have the option to really make it a high-end product straight off the gate. It would be good. I don't know an economic model that will serve sort of like the people that don't have money versus people that do. Maybe they should give away 1,000 or something or do something. But anyway, that's as a brand that's been building in the space, and this is the first time they've seen this much level of success. Why not raise $50 to $100 million that secures yourself for like literally the next multi-decade period building out the Artifact Studio brand? Can't wait to see what I roll. Yeah, I can't wait to see what I roll as well. I think they said Jack has just accepted a position at OpenSea. Highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. Yo, I'm gonna fall off my chair if that's correct. Yeah, he did. He just retired from Twitter. I'm being trolled, aren't I? Yeah. No, he hasn't. Let's go to Jack as well. So Jack as well has retired from his CEO position of Twitter, right? So he's dropped his step down as CEO to the chair, to executive chair to interim, from co-founder to CEO to chair to exec chair to interim CEO to CEO. I decided it's finally time for me to leave. So Jack has dropped off from Twitter, and he said that he's just, this basically a TLDR of this whole thing is that he's found a few key players in the Twitter company that can kind of replace his position and are doing an exceptional job, and he wants to step down to make it more clear for the road forward. He'll participate in terms of being on the board, but also that will either drop down to a minimal, if not zero capacity eventually. So Jack's kind of made a bit of a name for himself in the crypto community as well, because he's been quite active in talking about Bitcoin wallets and implementing that on Twitter, even talking about NFTs. He sold his tweet as an NFT for like a couple of million, I believe, a while back. So he had a bit of interest in terms of that. But hey, that's a pretty big deal because Twitter's been around since 15 years. So 15 years, this guy has had Twitter, a social app, consume his life. And finally, he can kind of change. I think everyone wants a bit of change, right? He obviously, they put a lot of effort in it, but have they put into $100 million worth of effort yet? Asks Noah. Good question. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. This is the different thing about crypto, is that companies kind of get paid speculatively on what people think collectively they're going to build in the next year or two. Even when Decentraland held their ICO, or even when the Sandbox held their pre-sales for their land, they were selling millions of dollars worth before there was anything to do. And you can kind of argue, did they put the effort in? No, they didn't at the start. And so you're kind of putting a very long bet on the money that you're putting into Artifact Studio to kind of go have value, intrinsic value long term. But hey, because everyone's speculative, you can buy 2.58 Ethereum at OpenSea, says Toka. That's quite interesting. Wow. Let's go quickly check out the price 2.7 ETH floor price. When I open this up, 2.53 floor price. One thing is that as the website's down, this is kind of bad for Artifact Studio, because instead of people buying from their Dutch auction, people are buying from the secondary market on OpenSea. There's like this undercutting game being played right now. It's bad because, like, for Artifact Studio, because instead of them making that money, there's the people on the secondary market's making money, which is good for the secondary market. But hey, if it's going to be a long-term project, it's long-term bad for Artifact Studio. I don't think they would have anticipated that. Yeah, 2.5, 2.53 every 2 to 3 minutes. There seems to be a sale going down. Yeah. Anyway, so website's working now. I reckon it'll probably sell out. I'm pretty sure it's not going to drop below 1.5. If it does, I can see myself buying a ton. Exactly the undercut. Yeah. They do get the royalty from secondary, and the original mint price is only 0.05 ETH, which in the long run, I mean, if they're gonna mint thousands of Clonex, then technically they're losing thousands of Ethereum, like 2 to 3, maybe even 5,000 Ethereum, because everyone's buying off here. Anyway, look, they've already secured a shit ton of money. Like, anything onwards here is like a bonus for Artifact Studio, in my opinion. 10% royalties too. I think it's really greedy, says Noah. It is definitely high. I think a 5% would be more better. We have 5% at the MetaKey, and that's plenty. What do you think about the Armors project, Maddie? It's just starting this journey, but the team and the art is sick. Have you seen the Voyagers Unknown project? Meta Travelers revealing, seeing a few in plug pass Discord. Looks bad, you say? Is it good bad? Oi, Maddie, if you were to paint a picture of what crypto or NFTs what would that picture look like? Good question. I have no idea. Crypto or NFT, if I was to paint a picture, oh, I don't know. I'd probably have to start painting, right? To figure it out. Let's let my inner Picasso do its thing. All right, enough about Artifact Studio. Let's keep going, and then by the end of this, let's see how they fare. Michael, did you do the Astro friend? Sorry. Oh, sweet. Thanks, man. Good bad, says RJB. All right, guys, let's go through some other pieces of news. All right, Artifact Studio are obviously quite hype right now. Let's see how they play out. Built a prototype of a car sharing system with NFT ENS. This system verifies if you have an ownership of ENS domain. In this example, car1.sharedao.eth, and then unlocks a car door. So an NFT that unlocks a car door. Super interesting. And this is kind of an idea how, like, when people are buying NFTs, people are saying NFTs are JPEGs, right? It went mainstream. NFTs went mainstream much of this year based on the premise of people perceiving it of being NFTs are JPEG. But for people that have been into crypto and NFTs for a very long time, NFTs for me and for many is access. It's membership. It's access to things. You can gate things with NFTs. You can gate them to groups. You can gate them to individuals. You can gate them in the real world. You can gate them in the digital world. It's access. It's like, for example, you can take it to a Shopify store and get a 10% discount. You can walk into a VIP area in the sandbox. You can enter a car. NFTs are access. And I think this is an amazing video of exactly how it is. Add a few comments. You don't have to pay gas to unlock a car because it doesn't need to sign a TX as same as logging into OpenSea. No, it doesn't. In terms of latency, it can be dramatically reduced by caching ETH address on the auth device. Anyway, this is just a proof of concept. Thanks to all that gave me a positive constructive feedbacks. I'm currently building a more general purpose Web3 auth module. Very cool. Wouldn't ENS need to be on L2 for this to work without prohibitive gas fees? No gas fees. The NFT transaction costs more than the car. It's a red function, right? So like a lot of these comments are about gas fees, which is irrelevant. But hey, like, this is what people need to understand NFTs are, and when people are when the art crowd or the traditional world are looking at this and they read NFTs doing something else, this is the sort of stuff that if it goes viral, I think it gets a lot more innovation, a lot more acceptance in the NFT crowd, right? This is where it's the people need to bridge utility to the image that they see in the front. So I think this is awesome. I think more experiments like this is what I'm here for. I love seeing this sort of stuff. This can be done with any NFT. In fact, it can even be done with fungible tokens. You can just literally sign into your MetaMask. It can pick up that you own 100 crypto, even 100 MetaMask tokens. That's a good idea, actually, isn't it? You can do a massive a car share app, and to get access, you need to have 100 car share tokens. Suddenly, everyone holds those tokens because it gets you access to these cars, and you can drive them around. Yeah, trademarking that idea. All right, let's keep going. Upcoming drops. This is a blog post by NFT Now, which is a pretty good a website. So you got, let's see, a bunch of stuff that they've marked on their calendar. You got Clonex public sale, Monumental Living dropping today on Nifty Gateway. Monumental Living by Philip Hodas. Who's this guy? The decoy of pop culture. Is he the guy that did Dota? The Dota structures? I think he is. Then we have Kid 8, Antihero. Valians have arrived. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Tian Long, so more art. Some collectibles. So Ultimate Draft Football NFT collection. All right. Baby Shark collection number 1 by Pink Frog is dropping. Baby Shark as he journeys through a newly reimagined. This is the official Baby Shark. Official account of Pink Frog and Baby Shark. Right. This is their official sort of entry. Is that the official Baby Shark? Is that the Baby Shark I'm thinking about? They put it as an auction 101. So you guys can hear this, and I can't. Maker's Place, right? So anyway, well, let's see how that one goes. So it seems like a lot of art stuff, and you know, props to the art industry, but the props to the art industry, and you know, artists and them having tremendous success, and NFTs being art and stuff is awesome. But personally, I would love to see a mix of things like avatars, a mix of art, a mix of game item drops, a mix of other NFT utility items that are dropping. I think that's long term. I'd love the industry to go that way. By the way, guys, I think one of the biggest challenges in the future is sort of having content that people think is relevant. So we've recently made a Discord channel in between the office alone, and we've actually made this in the public Discord in MetaKey. But it's kind of like every time someone finds a piece of information, whether it be a tweet, a YouTube video, or whether it be just a comment or a new project they think is good, they'll throw it in here. So this is our office. You can see here people, you know, Budweiser bought a beer.eth, Budweiser released an NFT, someone's put my YouTube video, blah, blah, blah. And it's actually really good just to keep on top of and have a very curated way of sussing out what's kind of hot for today. Geez, 90. What's going on? 78 announcements. Oh, wait. It's because you haven't checked it for a while on this. Jeez. All right. Where are we? So, yeah, I think curation of content is one of the biggest challenges. Pixelated virtual world came up. So, Pat just sent a link for this. This is the first time I'm literally seeing it. So, what can you buy here? You can buy different apartments, large apartments, penthouses. Then you can kind of drag and drop these into the world or something. What are crypto GFs? 17 unique 1-of-1 hand-drawn pixel art avatars from March 2021. Anyway, I don't even know why we're going through this right now. Let's where is? Oh, there it is. Thought I lost you guys. Here we go. All right, let's keep going. And then by the end of this, guys, I quickly want to jump to the Discord. And just show you guys where to enter. All right, here we go. We're giving away an Astro Pen, guys. So by the way, if you haven't joined the giveaway, make sure you go to stream giveaways and enter using the party emoji, right? We usually go through, in 13 minutes, there's going to be someone selected. Oh, shit. Did you get the juices, by the way, Michael? No? Muscles? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going, guys. Art is what brought me into NFTs and crypto. Yeah. That is right? Art did amazing. Art did amazing to get people into crypto and NFTs. I think it was instrumental to get people to understand NFTs at a very basic level, a very, very simple level, especially avatars. Between avatars and art, I think people got what NFTs can be, and especially with GIFs or like the moments with NBA Top Shot, people kind of understood what the basic premise was. You collect these things that are somehow collectible with being digital art. But long term, I think as people realize what you can do with them, that's going to bring up the next sort of thing. All right, let's quickly pull up the rest of my tabs and see what's going on. Otto Suin released this. He said, and it's dead. Lion and the brand NFT. Next time you pay people to shill, you should do better than Griffin Johnson and Dennis. Get some people actually in the NFT space. I'm upset because people minted and lost money. Don't ever listen to influencers, especially random non-NFT folks. So these are a couple of projects that kind of got people to shill. So Clone Cash Grab Playbook featuring Lion, the brand. A complete copy of wolf.game. I think even wolf.game has died down quite a lot recently. So they pay TikTok influencers to shield this. So this is the sort of danger, is that certain projects are seeing basically just paying influencers to shield and a bunch of people buying it to because they're chasing an event that's already passed, right? They're chasing a profit sort of ramp that has already passed. Like the Wolfgang has already done its thing, and they're trying to jump on a wagon that will follow the similar trend. And that's why, like, after every successful project that finds immense success, whether it be Bored Apes, whether it be Virtual Worlds, whether it be Avatar project, we have so many clones that also find mediocre to slim success. But long term, if you actually really think about it, how many projects, apart from Bored Apes and a handful of others, can you really think of that are relevant today, right? That are kind of making noise and people are using them and people are respecting them on Twitter, etc., or socially, or people are representing them. There's not many, right? So in the long term, in 10 years, there's going to be so many that fade away. But geez, look at this one. 0.38 sales, 932 at 0.1 sales, 0.05, and now we're struggling at 0.03, 0.01. What even is this? Like, why would you buy this? Oh my, why would you buy this? It's like this is like done in paint. I don't even know why you'd buy this. Influencers also attack projects that don't pay. True, they do. You don't know where it is? Shit. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I need to find the juice lady. Sorry, guys. We get juices, fresh juices and veggies delivered to the office daily, and we always miss her. She always comes to the office, and no one goes and picks it up, and she goes back without anyone checking up on her. So we thought it happened again. I felt really bad, but it didn't. So my bad. My bad. We're back. Yeah, she must be important, Maddie. She is important. It's painful to see. Okay, so I'm gonna rewind it back for what you guys are saying. Yeah, influences can destroy a project, right? Influences can destroy a project. Influence is actually pretty dangerous for projects. And that's why you see, if you think about it, the whole model has turned about community feedback from businesses. So when businesses are so big now on sort of customer reviews, they're big now on making sure everyone's okay, because they know that if the media picks it up or some news outlet picks it up or some massive influencer says, oh, this place sucks, they treated me like crap, there's a mouse in there, they take a picture and put something, a hair in their plate, it has massive repercussions. People lose millions of dollars worth of business, and this is no different. So I think like projects, especially at the start, sadly, unless they have an amazing product and they have their own community, they start to become a little bit at the mercy of influencers. They can kind of pump the project, they can dump the project. You can have an influencer that just spends a day or two just crapping on a project and just saying it sucks for whatever reason. So yeah, like you're right. Influencers definitely have a big say. The world, I think, is moving towards a digital voice, right? We're moving towards a world where I reckon everyone's going to just be working and living behind a desktop or a mobile. Like, if you look at Australia, we're going through possibly another strain. I mean, I don't think we're going to go through another lockdown, but if there was any sort of restriction or any sort of lockdown, whether it be imposed or whether it be people self-impose it on themselves, or to try and be safe, like, there's going to be so much of a push just to figure out efficiencies on models that make working from home efficient, and people will just learn to live and work from home and make sure, like, why have an office of 10 to 20 people when you can do 99% of that work from home? I think we're moving to that era, and then if we're going to have that, then what's going to happen is that social media apps like Twitter and Facebook and all these sort of things, maybe not Facebook, but Twitter and certain ones that will do really well, and certain influencers or people that have a large voice, they're going to have a massive, overpowered almost OP status where what they say will matter, right? They become the popular kids, just like school. It's really weird, and I don't like it like that, but I think that's what's going to happen. How do you see the future of the non-existent community there? That's a great question. Hey, Maddie, I bought a lot of Astro Friends at release, and when it peaked before Rickstros, now I've been banned from the Discord because I asked questions about doxing. How do you see the future of non-existent community there? Noah, and then someone else so Scott says, Noah, I had a similar experience. Noah, I bought Astro Friends at the start. One was 3D, it was cool. I bought it because I liked it. I also bought it because the team seemed like they were going to build a lot of stuff. So I have not done anything else apart from put my avatar project as an Astro Friend. I love it. I love my Iron Bull. I've left it like that. I'm not going to change it until I probably mint a cool meta crew or something. But in terms of the team and like what do you do in predicting what a community can do, you can't, right? You can't really predict what they can do. You can help. And the beautiful thing about the NFT space is someone with major influence or major network can come and be like, hey, you know what, Astro Friends guys, I'm going to build a massive world for you guys in Decentraland, and we're going to do all this stuff. I'm going to build sandbox experiences with you. He can spend $500,000 doing so and building, he can invest $500,000 doing so, but he can make a couple $1,000,000 in profit in building the value proposition of Astro Friends to a degree where his initial investment pays off. So this is the sort of models where people can come in, build it, and be profitable through being a partner into the company unofficially. So I think at some stage, some of these communities are at a mercy of that. For me, I like to invest in projects that seem to have those community members that will take this and make something big about it, whether they start a blog or a data site, etc. Being banned from the Discord for asking for a docs team, I mean, that's a bit too much. I don't know how that went down. Please don't care what they put out. They just pay influencers, Twitter, and or pages Insta to build hype and get as much ETH as possible. Correct. They do. And I think in time you can kind of tell who does that on a regular basis. Like, do they just keep selling stuff, right? To be honest, like companies and projects, NFT projects that just keep having NFT sales every 2-3 months, they're just back out there and selling something. Like, why? Why have a sale when like your core proposition hasn't been built out? Yes, you can make a lot of money, but I think it fizzles out into people realizing, well, there's not much going on here, right? They just keep selling stuff. It just builds way too much supply. This is what happened to Meccaverse. So Toka says, this is what happened to Meccaverse. Influencers hate the project because they didn't get the free Mecca. Yeah, partly that, partly I guess some activity from the team got exposed, unexposed. I'm not exactly sure exactly the extent of how crazy that was. But yeah, I think people definitely hated on the project. I reckon they did an amazing job. I reckon Meccaverse, I didn't really investigate too deeply. I just felt like they could have very easily, with the hype, said that, hey guys, you know what? We're repricing our mechas to 3 Ethereum a piece. But they didn't. They actually kept it the same. I think it was 0.08 or 0.2 or whatever it was. Instead of raising potentially $100 million, they decided to just say, you know what? We're happy with just 5 mil. We're just going to keep it at 0.2 Ethereum. That's what I respected about Meccaverse. And it also came from an artist background. So, we're in a phase where everyone wants a perfect product. Everyone wants perfection. Everyone wants everything to be perfect. It's never worked like that. Even in traditional gaming, etc. If you look at the first iPhone, or you look at the sort of anything, right? The first games, you'll notice certain glitches in the games. You'll notice certain issues. The crap thing about NFTs or blockchain is once that glitch is out there, you can't redo that glitch without upsetting everyone. Or sometimes blockchain has no undo button, right? That's the difficulty. It is very difficult for people and projects to sort of navigate around that. And I have like total respect for people that give it a shot. So, Meccaverse, or whoever it is that builds something and keeps building and keeps trying, like you can't fault them really. People also played into the hype and bought in extreme prices. Yeah, Mecca had some of the most solid avatars we had seen for so much noise in the space during that season. You're right, they did. Is Meta Billionaire not good? Asks Kaiser. I don't know. Meta Billionaire, I think for me it's from now onwards, it's all about finding projects that I personally, it's not that I just like them. I have to love them. Like, I have to see myself being like, holy shit, I want that to be my forever avatar. Like, for me, unless I get those moments, and I'm finding very rare instances where I feel like that, I'm not really getting into something. So, is Meta Billionaire not good? I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. People fall for the FOMO all the time. Alethea Pod, what do you think? I have no idea, man. Alethea Pod, let's check it out. Is it here? Alethea Pod. This one, right? An intelligence level 1 pod is the starting point of your intelligent NFT. I think there was a bit of interest in this one. Did this drop recently? 9,500 items, 2,000 owners. Pretty sucky distribution. On October 21st, I released 847 here. Hasn't really done much since. This is one metric I look at, guys. So one thing I look at is I go here, click on the contract address. Then I find the token tracker. Then I click on holders, and then I check out how many people own them. So there's a wallet that owns 6,000 of them. There's a wallet that owns 6,000 of them. I'm assuming they're the unsold ones. Then there's a wallet that own 100 of them, then 47, 42. So this is kind of like my whale watch, my whale sort of percentage, whale health. Like, is there too many whales in the project? Them still having 6,000. I'm assuming that is the contract address that spits them out. So, yeah, I haven't really looked into it too much. Mark Cuban has invested in this one, I think. Right. Noah asks, is there a reason why you do not own a Basie? No, I just keep missing the boat on Basie. And at this stage, I'm like, like if I got a Bored Ape Yacht Club, I would not put it as my avatar. I would buy it, I'd invest in it, but would I actually use it? Probably not. I think, like looking back, I obviously we should have bought a shit ton of Basie, but at some stage I think I'll get like something like that, or Macy, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, just because it's iconic and I'm interested to see how it goes down. But let's see what happens. Have you seen Jesperish artwork in 3 rooms from Van Schneider? It is really worth it. You will like it. I actually haven't. Hi Maddie, have you looked into Fox Game yet? No, I haven't. Is Fox Game similar to these other games? All right, guys, let's keep going. I think this Wolf game as well. I've heard it's sort of died down a little bit, so let's go check it out. So, buy on OpenSea, Sheeps and Wolves. This thing had its sort of run, and as it does quite well. How come there's only 2 days here? It's released recently. Sheeps and Wolves. Farmers. Yeah, look at this. So, I mean, we had November 22nd, and then slowly going down. 0.16 from 0.4, so it's going 1/3. Interesting. Anyway, like this, the way I see projects right now, it's kind of like viral trends. When you look at something on Twitter, and it goes viral, you tell your friends about it. Hey, did you see this news? Did you see that? This new product came out. Did you buy it? Okay, cool. That sort of fizzles out, and then literally 6 months later, you don't even remember it, right? Now what's happening is that Twitter virality is connected to NFT projects. So not only can projects go viral, but you can actually buy into it. And so I think that's the danger, but they still have their sort of very short lifespan. So I think like when there's a lot of hype, when there's hype and new models, I can't think of a single project that has had a hype through a new model and kept its value. Maybe a handful. Like if you look at Loot for adventurers, if you look at Loot, this one sort of has kept its value, but I mean it's dropped significantly. Look at this. Like from the peak, it had its peak, and then it's like significantly it's dropped from 21 Ethereum. Even 14, let's take half of that. Let's be a bit more conservative. All right, 14 Ethereum, it's dropped, and it is dropping down to 3 Ethereum, 2 Ethereum, and people are just like, well, what do we even do with this anymore? Right, and we all know like this was pretty hyped at the time, and there's a lot of interest in this. Anyway, this could keep going on, right? We don't know how it goes long term. All right. Oh, they migrated to a different collection. All right, thanks, Scott. Okay. My bad. I'll have to check that out. But let's see how that plays out. Let's keep going. INFTs, we went through a bit of that. Adidas coming out. So this is an article on Hypebeast, but Adidas expands its metaverse journey with new 4-way collaboration. They've collaborated with G Money, Punks, Bored Apes, and Adidas themselves. So they've got this whole sort of Punks and Bored Apes collaboration with a hoodie that has all 3 of them, and there's different sort of clothing pieces you can. It's pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool to get a brand as big as Adidas to come in and experiment with NFTs and digital fashion. What is interesting to me is how the crypto community will react. Will they value NFTs? Will they value Artifact Studio kind of becoming like the Adidas, or like the kind of virtual metaverse fashion label of the virtual space? Or will the NFT and the crypto crowd value Adidas, which is a traditional company that's going to come in here and figure it all out and build something? It'll be super interesting for us to see how that plays out in the coming next 1 or 2 years. But long term, like I reckon Artifact Studio, just because not just Artifact Studio, but native to NFTs and crypto projects and brands that grow from the grassroots of this space, I reckon they're going to do really well, just because they understand the space, they know how to navigate themselves, they've been in the space for a while, they know how to position themselves in different places. They're going to learn. They're more nimble. There's a lot of approvals. They need to go through all this stuff. Yeah. Adidas. Say it like that. Adidas. I say Adidas. Is Adidas the Aussie way? All right, we'll stick with Adidas then. I used to be the biggest Adidas fan. Now I think I like Artifact Studio more. Yeah. Artifact Studio. I just balling, right? All right, guys. Let's see who won. So congratulations, Miata or MJ Yada. You won the Astro Friend. You won the Astro Friend. So congrats to you. Guys, it is 50 minutes since we started. We're going to end it here. We talked a bit about the metaverse and the virtual space. I want to really run back to Artifact Studio and see what's going down. But hey, we got the next few days and we're back into... No, we're not even near the weekend. It's Tuesday today, isn't it? He's losing track of time. So, but I'll be back day after tomorrow. We'll do another stream Thursday. So, you know what, guys? I will catch you then. Let me know in advance. Tag me in anything on Twitter that you think I should be covering on Thursday. I'm having a pretty hard time trying to figure out from the hundreds of news sources what I should cover. But let's catch up on Thursday. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in today. We had 130 or so followers. Tune in. It's been a pleasure to do this. So we'll catch up soon, guys. Take care. Have a good evening, morning, or midday. Take care.